So just a quick review, we have our Laravel application up and running on the server. I'm able to log in. I'm using a database RDS to manage my SQL database. I have Elasticache for our Redis cache, and we saw how to create all of these things, the server, the RDS instance, the Redis instance, and to make sure we understood the networking, right? So we have our onboarding AWS instance. It's in our default VPC. We talked about the private networks and how that works. We saw how to assign an elastic IP address to our server so that it doesn't change when we stop and start the server. We talked about RDS and things to monitor in our database instance, and the same thing with Redis. We really covered a bunch of stuff, but there's more, of course. So if you want to check out the AWS courses section, there is more to this. One, we created a server image manually, but we have a Packer primer here, which shows you how to automate that process. We have DevOps with Terraform, which is a full course that gets really detailed with Terraform so that you can do all the stuff we did here, but create your infrastructure as code, right? You codify your infrastructure with Terraform configuration files, and you can create and edit and tweak your infrastructure, and it's all tracked there, right? Because after this video, I have to delete a bunch of stuff. I have to delete the instance. I have to delete extra security groups we created. I have to go to their RDS instance. After deleting the RDS instance, I have to delete extra parameter groups I might have created, extra security groups, again, related to RDS. I have to delete the network groups I created, the ones that say what subnets it goes into, right? The subnet groups. And I have to do the same for Elasticache. There's the Elasticache instance itself. There's the security group, and there's also the subnet group that was created there, and any other dangling stuff, right? So even after I delete this instance, I also will have a elastic IP address hanging around for me to delete, otherwise I'm paying for that every month. Terraform alleviates that by tracking all of that so you can create it, delete it, tweak it, recreate it, duplicate it, do all sorts of great stuff, tracking all of your infrastructure. It's incredibly important. If you want to dig in to learn more about the VPC, which I definitely suggest you do, a totally free course is the VPC Basics Course. Same thing with EC2 Essentials. It digs into more detail about EC2 servers and the disks you can use, and goes into details about the server types if you're curious about all the different server types that you can choose. For those who subscribe to Cloudcast, you'll get the Simple Autoscaling course, which is a full big course on autoscaling your infrastructure and stuff about IAM, right? Identity and access management. You learn the fundamental part of AWS, permissions, and how all that stuff works. And of course, there'll be more courses coming to those who subscribe to Cloudcast. I've really tried to make the pricing fair. So a course is typically around $200, or you can choose to subscribe for just $240 per year. But what you get there is everything, not just a single course, but all future courses made in the next year, like IAM Basics that is out currently, but there's going to be another big course coming out this year, and also additional spotlight courses, not just the IAM Basics course. There'll be a lot of stuff that only subscribers to Cloudcast get to help you learn about AWS.